Hello friends, so you are welcome in video lecture series on the topic biofertilizers. So today I am going to discuss the role of these two remaining bacteria, role of Azotobacter and role of Azospirillum as a biofertilizer. So last time I have discussed the role of Rhizobium bacterium as a biofertilizer. So this Azotobacter is another example of bacterium which is used as a biofertilizer. So this Azotobacter is a free-living, heterotrophic, non-symbiotic bacterium. So this species of Azotobacter, like Azotobacter insignis, Azotobacter crococum, and Azotobacter phenylanthae. So these three species are very commonly used as a biofertilizers. So most of the species which are used as biofertilizers, Azotobacter species, they survive on energy received from decomposition of organic matter. That means the Azotobacter strains or various species are very common in humus-rich soils. Means soils which are having more organic components or more organic matter shows the more number of these Azotobacter species. So this Azotobacter strains mainly functions in these humus-rich soils or soils which are having more organic matter. So this Azotobacter species takes near about 20 kilograms of nitrogen per acre per year. The species are beneficial for monocot crops like fodder grasses, fruit crops, as well as floricultural crops. So last time we have seen the role of this Rhizobium. So Rhizobium bacterium is generally found in association with leguminous root system, symbiotic bacteria. But this Azotobacter is a non-symbiotic bacteria, but it is found along with the rhizosphere or root system of another crops like monocot, fodder crops, fodder grasses, as well as fruit crops, as well as floricultural crops. Even though it is a non-symbiotic bacterium, it is having ability to fix the atmospheric nitrogen and it increases the soil fertility, which is beneficial for these monocot crops, fodder grasses, floricultural crops, as well as fruit crops. So besides nitrogen fixation, these bacteria, Azotobacter bacteria, they releases the important growth hormones like indole acetic acid, gibberellic acid, and vitamins in the soil, which are beneficial for the germination of the seeds as well as growth and development of the plant. Also, it is correlated with the growth hormones like IA, GA, vitamins, etc. That means the Azotobacter strains not only plays important role in nitrogen fixation, but also they also releases some important growth hormones like IA, GA, vitamins, which are beneficial for the crop as far as plant growth and development is concerned, as well as for the germination of seed is concerned. The Azotobacter species helps in biocontrol of disease caused by the fungal pathogens like Fusarium and Alternaria. So, if any crop is affected by the fungus like Fusarium and Alternaria, if the Azotobacter species is available in the soil, it automatically kills this Fusarium species as well as Alternaria species, because this Azotobacter species is having the ability to secrete or release the fungicidal chemicals, and these fungicidal chemicals automatically kills this bacteria, fungi like Fusarium and Alternaria. That means the diseases caused by this Fusarium and Alternaria are automatically controlled by the fungicidal chemicals which are secreted or released by the Azotobacter species or cells. Azotobacter species or cells. So there are various reports regarding the increase in the yield in various types of the crops if we use this Azotobacter bacterium for seed dressing. For example, the seed inoculation with Azotobacter braziliensis, it can increase the yield of jawar and rice as well as in pearl millet. That means before sowing the seeds of jawar, rice and pearl millet, if we inoculate the seeds with Azotobacter braziliensis species, it is beneficial for increasing the yield in jawar, rice as well as pearl millet. So this Azotobacter braziliensis species, when it was used for seed dressing of jawar, rice and pearl millet, it can save 20 to 30 kg of nitrogen per hectare in above crops. This is beneficial for the farmers because of increasing the soil fertility by adding the nitrogen due to nitrogen fixing ability of this Azotobacter braziliensis in the crops like rice and jawar, which is beneficial for the farmers. Farmers can save their money, which can be utilized for purchasing the synthetic chemical fertilizers, which are generally added by the farmers every year for maintaining the soil fertility. Then Azotobacter cells under the name Azotobacterin. Azotobacter cells under the name Azotobacterin produced in many parts of the world, which are used as a biofertilizer. So seed dressing with Azotobacterin is beneficial for the crops like wheat, carrot, potato as well as cabbage. That means as like this jawar, rice and pearl millet, if the Azotobacterin cells are used for seed dressing in the crops like wheat, carrot, potato and cabbage, it is beneficial for increasing the yield of these crops like wheat, cotton, potato as well as cabbage. Then in crops like jawar and cash crop like cotton, the seed dressing with Azotobacter chrococcum. So I have written here Azotobacter chrococcum. So this Azotobacter chrococcum strain or species, if we use for seed dressing in jawar and cotton, it was reported that in jawar the 38% yield was enhanced due to seed dressing by this Azotobacter chrococcum. And if these cotton seeds are treated with or inoculated with Azotobacter chrococcum before sowing, 27% yield increase in yield was reported in cotton also. So this Azotobacter chrococcum isolated from sugarcane rhizosphere fixed atmospheric nitrogen and also produces the growth hormones. That means this Azotobacter chrococcum, which was isolated from rhizosphere of sugarcane, plays important role in synthesis or production of the growth hormones as well as it plays important role in the nitrogen fixation, which is beneficial for increasing the yield in sugarcane crops. Then Azotobacter strains also produces the vitamins like biotin and folic acid. That means some strains of Azotobacter bacteria plays important role in the synthesis of vitamins also like biotin and folic acid. So the application of this biofertilizer, Azotobacter biofertilizer, along with organic manures, it ensures the seed germination and productivity in the leguminous crops as well as non-leguminous crops was reported. So there are many evidences regarding the increase in the soil fertility, increase in the yield by the use of this different strains of this azotobacter before sowing the seeds. If we use the azotobacter strains for seed dressing or seed inoculation, it is beneficial for the seed germination, further growth and development, and overall increase in yield of the crop also. Then the next species of bacterium which is commonly used as a biofertilizer is a Azospirillum. So this Azospirillum is another example of symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacterium. It is generally associated with the crops like jawar, wheat and finger millet. So this Azospirillum species is showing the association with monocot crops like jawar, wheat and finger millets. That means, as like this Rhizobium, this Azospirillum is also symbiotic bacterium, but this symbiotic bacterium shows its growth in association with the root system of jawar, wheat and finger millets. So this Azospirillum bacterium found to be more effective than Rhizobium as far as nitrogen fixation capacity or nitrogen fixation ability is concerned. So this Azospirillum increases yield in per millet by inoculation of Azospirillum was due to production of growth hormones like GA, IVA, cytokinins by this bacteria. That means the increase in yield in per millet crop by inoculation of this Azospirillum was due to not only by the fixation of nitrogen by this bacterium Azospirillum, but also due to release of important growth hormones like GA means gibberellic acid, indole acid as well as cytokinins by this bacterium. That means this Azospirillum biofertilizer is widely used in the crop like sugarcane and rice in order to enhance or increase the yield in this rice and sugarcane crops. Then finally I am going to discuss the method of seed inoculation with biofertilizers. So there is a very simple method of seed inoculation with biofertilizers. So for this purpose you should prepare the 10% solution of jaggery or sugar solution in boiling water. Then allow this 10% sugar solution which is prepared in boiling water, allow it to cool at room temperature. Then mix the bacterial cells into this 10% solution of the jaggery or sucrose. Then transfer this inoculum or slurry on the seeds and spread properly on the seeds. Then rub the seeds with bacterial cells and keep in the shade for drying purpose. So after drying, the seeds are used immediately for sowing purpose. So this is a very simple technique. The layman can follow this technique, seed dressing technique or seed inoculation technique of this Rhizobium species or Azotobacter species or Azospirillum species. That means near about 250 grams of culture is used for 10 kilograms of seed for seed dressing. So if we aware the farmers, if we train the farmers for the successful use of this biofertilizers, it is beneficial for the farmers for increasing the yield of their various crops, and farmers can also save the money by using this biofertilizers and get the more benefit of this biofertilizers, which can be used throughout the world for enhancing the yield, maintaining the soil fertility, etc. So that's all about this bacterial biofertilizers. Okay.